Hello. Uh-oh. What happened? Why is he not? Oh, here it is. Hey, YouTube. Can you hear me? I don't see why my microphone is. Okay, let me see. I'm deep conditioning my hair with this mask. Cantu Shea Butter Deep Treatment Mask. Ooh, my hair is so dry. So I'm gonna wear this overnight because my hair is deeply, it's not damaged, but it's just, it is dry as I don't know what. So I'm gonna wear this overnight and then get up in the morning, wash this out, and try to, I'm not gonna blow dry it out straight or nothing because I can't seem to always get it straight. So I'm just going to tomorrow morning wash it out, put some good moisturizer on there, and possibly try to see if my hair grew out long enough to do a two-hand twist. I'm trying to grow back my hair. So right now, while it's going through the grow out stage, it's just, I really wanted to grow out. So right now, I think it's probably down to here, but I wanted to be grown. I want it long enough so it could have more of a longer, wavy pattern. But shoot, I need to stop greasing my scalp. I used to say grease. I got this coconut oil, Softy pure coconut oil formula. I need to start just. I need to start taking care of my hair before I ain't got none. I didn't put no coconut oil on there. I'm just trying to smooth down these edges. Okay, let me see. I don't need to sit on the hair dryer because the heat from this cap is going to automatically heat it, especially when I lay down. All right. Who's the one person on here? Happily. Dorian, that's you? Because I know you usually come on. But you don't initially respond because you're working. So I understand. I'll wait a few more minutes before more people come on. So pretty much, I didn't do nothing today. I didn't go out and do none of my, I didn't do none of my assignments for survey. It is due tomorrow. So by it being due tomorrow, and it's not even that long, and then there's a lot of them is right in the area, so I could at least do it when I finish my first day of orientation with Generation USA. That starts tomorrow. Hey, Sally. So tomorrow is my first day of that Generation USA program. So it's mandatory for 3 days. So I don't see why it's going to be all day, but they say it's supposed to be from 9 to 5 Mountain Time, which is 11 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. So, and then I was supposed to have my colonoscopy tomorrow, but obviously that's going to be canceled. I'm going to call them tomorrow morning and cancel it because number one, I didn't do the prep. you had to clean out your, the day before the procedure, you have to do a prep, meaning you can't eat no foods, no solid foods. Um, the instructions wanted me to take some laxatives, and you're supposed to drink Gatorade or some type of broth, and you're supposed to like kind of not eat nothing all day today. So that's already down the water because I ate, and I didn't even eat much of nothing other than I just ate smoked sausage and some grits all day. That's all I had, and water and some sweet tea watered down. So I did not do the You about to ask me too. No, I mean I ate smoked sausage and grits, but I didn't eat anything. I just didn't for some reason. That's all I had. You know, a boiled sausage and some grits. Wow. Hey Vicky. Not really. Not if you make the instant tea. It usually don't. And like I said, I put a lot of ice, and most of it's made out of water. It's not like there could be worse things to drink. What about a bowl of cereal and grits? I ain't say nothing about no cereal. I said I had sausage and grits. That's all I ate today. I didn't feel like I didn't cook anything. I still got that quiche. I still got that quiche from the farmers market. It's made out of um chicken quiche, not a chicken quiche, but because it's more of that the cat farmers market made from scratch. So I have a little quiche of that. So I guess if I feel hungry later on tonight, I'll just slice me a quiche and just eat that before I go to bed. Now I'm supposed to have my colonoscopy tomorrow, so I got to get up in the morning and well, like I said, it ain't like they put a whole lot of tea in anything. Tea is not even the worst corporate. Trust me. By the time I put all that ice in there, shoot, that thing ain't that much. It's not like I said I drunk soda or Kool Aid. No, they saw about because I had Chick fil A yesterday. That's all that was. That was yesterday when I had Chick fil A. And I didn't even eat Chick fil A. It's been a minute since I really ate anything from Chick fil A. So, so I'm going to have to call the doctor's office tomorrow with the colonoscopy and reschedule it. Now, I don't even know when I'm going to get it done now because when I start this program tomorrow with orientation, that's 3 days from 9 to 5. Well, in this case, 11 to 7. And I was supposed to do, you're supposed to go on a liquid diet, clear, meaning you could drink something like Crystal Light, Crystal Light, apple juice, something clear. So since I didn't do it and I don't have anybody to take me, hey, C. Henner, it's been a minute since I've seen you on here. So since I didn't do my cleanse, but the main reason is I don't have anybody to take me to the appointment tomorrow. And I was like, dang, because they will not let you take an Uber and take an Uber back home. You have to have someone go with you to take you to the colonoscopy. So, uh, a colonoscopy. Vicky, didn't I just? Now I know there's a delay, but it ain't that much of a delay. And part of the colonoscopy is you have to prep. It means you have to empty out. No, and he said nothing about no cleanse. I said colonoscopy. When you have a colonoscopy, before you have that procedure, you're supposed to have to make sure that you're on a liquid diet, meaning you're not supposed to eat no solid foods. You have to literally empty out your colon, and you have to literally drink like some the instructions they give you. Yeah, you have to drink clear liquids. That's how you know when your colon is clear. You cannot drink nothing with color, dark drinks, purple drinks or whatever, red. Your colon has to be go through your whole entire system with doing a liquid fast basically. You can't have nothing in your colon, so you have to do something. Um they said the day before, but I think I had to read the instructions because you have to prepare for this prep at least 3 days prior, but the day before the procedure, you can't be. Is that putting the camera in you? Yeah. You put a camera in a long pole that's like this to search for polyps, making sure you have no cancer in your. They do the polyps. So if you have any polyps, they remove them. I should have titled this video colonoscopy, but I think I'm gonna do that when I finally go. I was supposed to do it. I'm supposed to have it tomorrow, but now I gotta cancel it. It depends on the doctor's instructions. So since I didn't really read the instructions, and but it's something you do at least. Um, you want to prep at least 3 days prior to the procedures. So from that, you literally drinking a liquid diet. You could drink apple juice, water. You have to take this laxative, Malax, or whatever that laxative they were telling me. And you got to be close to the bathroom that whole entire time when you doing this. So you have to literally be by the bathroom that whole time. You can't really be going to work or whatever, and you just simply flushing out your whole entire colon. And then when you finish doing this cleanse, because they said the hardest part is the preparation. Then once your colon is fully flushed out, then you go to get the colonoscopy. They put you under. They sedate you. You're not awake on this when you did a colonoscopy, and they looking in your colon for any pallets, and if you got any pallets or pulp, what do they call it? Pallets, not pallets, pulps. Then they run tests to see if you don't have cancer, and if you do have cancer, they could detect it early. Colon cancer is the only thing you could really detect and treat early if you detect it early. That's why when you turn 50, it says I'm 52, that means that's what they had it 2 years ago when I turned 50. But they change, yep, pulps, that's what it is. And now they said the new age is 45. So they kind of say now they require 45 because they've got the actor who played Black Panther and several people, black folks, have died of colon cancer in lately. Stars who've been, they had colon cancer, and men in particular, black men in particular, is real prone for that. Hmm. Well, I'll be 53 in November, so a couple more months. So since I didn't do, and then you have to have somebody take you. I was like, well, dang. I said, well, I can't take an Uber and take an Uber back home. They want you to have someone there. They have to be there and all that. So now I gotta. So I really didn't. That was really the main reason, because I was like, dog, I can't find any. I can't think of anybody who I could ask that would go, and not so much. Even if, and it's right there in Hillendale. It's not even like it's far. It's like right there, right up in Decatur, Hillendale. So I'm gonna call the office tomorrow to cancel and reschedule it, because I had scheduled this appointment like 3 weeks ago. So, and I wanted to do it. I wanted to get it done when I had that medical break, but oh well. I don't know. I think what I'm gonna do is, when I reschedule it, I'm gonna see if I could. I may possibly go to South Carolina and do it. I'd rather do it that way. I have someone that could take me. So if I go to visit my mother and I say, okay, I'm going to spend a few days in South Carolina or whatever, that way I have somebody who could take me, because it's kind of hard not really having anyone that could come pick me up, take me. You know what? I know my cousin Keith. He said, you know what? I ain't spoke to him since he moved to Georgia. But at the same time, he got my number too, so he could call. He could call me. Maybe I'll ask him. But now I gotta reschedule it. Hey Romeo, now I gotta reschedule it, and it can't. And since I have this planning, this class for this new training to take, which is tomorrow morning, and who the hell is this? I don't know who you are, Tyson One Tate, but if you're the one on here, if you say anything, you're gonna get blocked. So these nuts, Sally, please monitor the chat, make sure, because I don't know who this person is. Someone put their name on there, and I'm not, and it better not be who I think it is. So anyway, I didn't want to talk about that, because since I'm not getting the procedure done, I have to reschedule it. And with this training that starts, well, the orientation is 3 days, then it's Monday through Friday. So now it's gonna be hard for me to even go and get it done, because now I have to wait until either one. Oh shoot. I had some, even I wanted to start this program, and I did not want to delay it. So now I gotta probably wait until when I finish the program and have a day, because it doesn't really take you. It doesn't really require that it. It's not like something that takes days. It's like the preparation part, then having to go to the doctor, and it's only you're there for like a few hours. It's not like it's not like it's I think the procedure is like an hour. You are sedated, then you stay there for a few hours until you are able to get up, but you can't drive yourself back home. So you have to have somebody go with you to take you back home. And then you may seem foggy a little bit at first. Then they'll call you in a couple of weeks when they review your pulse. And then if everything is fine, then But now since I wanted to do that program and it starts tomorrow, and I didn't do the prep, and it was mandatory for 3 days. So now I gotta choose a different time, but it's gonna have to do it when I finish this program. And it's supposed to end. It's 12 weeks, so that means I gotta literally do it next year, like possibly middle of January when the program is finished. So now I gotta wait. No, I didn't say you've done anything, but if you Well, I'm gonna have to call Aetna and ask them if they have that. I was supposed to check to see if they had that though. Tyson One Tate. I don't know who you are. Where did you come? How did you come across? I'm gonna let you answer that question. How did you come across my channel, and who are you? Because I have a troll stalker crazy person named Tyson, and I want to make sure you're not the same person. I understand, Romeo. I got it. I knew if I had to contact the insurance company, see if they have that option. So anyway, so let me talk about my because I ain't trying to be on here long like I did all the previous nights. And I show a ship video. Okay. And where you from? What market did you do ship, or where do you live, Tyson One Tate? Okay, so let me go and start my commentary while I wait for the answer for that. So anyway, so today I didn't do nothing. I basically rested, sat around, you know. I just finished putting a deep mask on my for my hair, shampooed it. I'm gonna keep this thing overnight so it could deep moisturize with this Cantu hair deep treatment mask. All right, Minnesota. All right, so you could stay. You could, if you're a new subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. I had to make sure because there was another person that went by that name that was all up on my YouTube video, kind of crazy, and I had to make sure follow the signs because there's a lot of crazy people, especially the recent events that young white girl who got killed with the fiance did the van life driving, and and he's missing. Well, he's not missing. He ran away. I ain't gonna say missing. And then they found out today that that they did confirm they found that body in that Yosemite. It wasn't not Yosemite Park, but one of those parks up in Utah. And they confirmed it today that was her, even though when they first said it, they just had to make it official to confirm it. Nope, sure don't. I have not done ship since I didn't even do ship that long. I only did ship for probably what? It was right around Thanksgiving time when they was when I did ship, and that was what, 4 years ago? Oh, let me see, 5 years ago almost. Driving all over around Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, Georgia for that matter. Driving all over Metro Atlanta, doing ship. I made some pretty good money doing it, but I sure put a whole lot of miles and dealt with a whole lot of foolishness with ship. That's for sure. Now that Target bought ship, so all of those Instacart ship and stuff. They too foolish. They do foolery now with the pay. They used to pay pretty good when they had the rates. When they first started out, the rates were pretty good, but now, you'd be lucky to get anything from them, because the only time you really get any good orders is if the customer left a good tip. if you get like a $20, $25 order or whatever, most of the time the tip is subsidizing the majority of that pay. Otherwise, um, they used to pay like 40 something cents per item units. Not say someone bought 10 cases of soda, that's not ten units, it's considered one unit. But nope, I don't think so. Nope. Is Instacart any better? Nope. Mm-mm. Instacart, Ship, Lyft, Uber, it's all they just they all have the same market. They all do the same market. One doesn't pay better than the other. So basically, people just sign up for both. They sign up. They sign up for both Instacart and Ship, Uber and Lyft, in order because if one is busy, then they could do the other app. But in terms of who's better than who, nope. It used to be, like I said, it was better when they first started. When they first started, and there weren't a whole lot of people really doing it, you could make some good money. But they did all these changes with the rates, change all the all this foolishness, changing rates and all that. Nope. So I wouldn't say one is better than the other. The option is try to sign up all of them. Try to sign up with all of them. Instacart, Ship. That's if that's what you want to do, but don't make it a career, and don't make it a your only source of income. Put it that way. And this is what's leading to my topic today or tonight. So pretty much I just watched on PBS. Now it's also on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube, it's called what did I just say in the title? It's called dang it, what was it? It's a PBS special. It's in the title of my topic. And if you go on there and oh, I just said the dang the title. I can't even think of the title of the PBS special I saw. No, not that part of the no, the first part of my video title. It's correlating to my future plans. I'm talking about work, the future of work. Was that it? Yeah, the future of work. It's PBS. It's a three-part PBS, and it's also on Amazon. All right. I knew that was you. Go ahead and block him, please. I'm not in the mood. These nuts, you in here? Please block him. I knew you just keep popping up with the same name and then trying to come on here and lie. I'm not trying to curse no one out. So just move on. This is what these crazy things be going on in Atlanta. Thank you, Sally. I got time. I knew it was you. I knew it was you. I knew it was you. You couldn't even make up a whole new name. Now you're gonna come up here. Anybody else that's not recognized in terms of the name, they ain't never been on here, block them. If I don't know who you are, I know C Henner, and I know who's on here and who's who. So anybody randomly make up a fake name and they're coming on here, I'm not. I'm not. I don't need no subscribers like that. Anyway, so the future of work, and it was a three-part series that I watched all day today, and I've heard about this future of work because there was also a little meetup type of thing. It was with Shaquille O'Neal and some of these other people, and it wasn't this same documentary that I watched. It was a discussion that they had in Atlanta a couple years ago. I had signed up to go and then I missed it. I was like, oh man. And they had it where you could attend and they had these panels of people. So one of the things that I was watching with the future of work basically spoke about what I spoke about yesterday about um, they were speaking about automation and how um, they even showed if you really want to know what I do at Amazon, and they even showed Amazon inside the facility with these robotics, that comes to people and stuff. It even showed that in the warehouse, even though I can't show y'all what I actually do when I go to Amazon. But it was very interesting. And then they had how a lot of jobs, and they had listed a lot of jobs. They said it's going to be eliminated in the future. Not even in the future. It's happening now. And so all these jobs that they were saying that people were used to doing, cashiers. They even said models could be um, eliminated, like model. They had a digital avatar model. It looked just like a person in digital ads. And, they said even people who are models, their careers are being jeopardized with all this futuristic technology. But if you watch it, I will watch it. If you really wanted something to watch and look at, go and really look at that. I feel that a lot of people need to look at that. It's on PBS, it's on YouTube, so you don't have to look at it on regular TV. But if you go there, the future of work, it's a 3-part series, and you will get a lot of insight. But they featured part of the segments. They talked about the gig work economy and people doing all these gig work on the app and the flexibility. They spoke on technology and how um, people are not really gearing towards working at regular jobs anymore, and how they doing, Instacart and Uber. They didn't miss anything to any particular company. Ooh, oh, the bottom of my foot. I need to stretch. So there was, it was just saying how people were how the evolve of all these apps, and people doing Task Rabbit and all different types of apps on your phone and jobs, and how that's changing the economy and the future of work. Because even then, they didn't really say anything. I wouldn't say it was nothing positive said about it, but pretty much um, a lot of this technology and and gig economies and on demand, and it's kind of like people are not. What did they say? It's a job where it's in the now, whereas a career is what you plan on doing in the future. So what it's saying is that a lot of people with these gig jobs doing these gig type of work, how people are just working just in order to survive what's going on now, not so much anything planned for the future. You know? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Gig jobs rock, depending on depending on who you working with. No, they make life easier for the consumer who it's easier for the consumer. Meaning if I was a person and I said, "Ooh, you know what?" They also spoke about remote work from home, the emergence of that. That was part of the thing they discussed. It wasn't all about gig work, but the convenience of, especially they said with the coronavirus that happened, that a lot of people got to stay home and work from home. and the psychological effects of working from home, people working from home, and most social aspects was, most people develop social, most people meet friends and social life. It's most of the time when you at work, when you meet people at work. But now people are working from home. There's some positives and negatives about that too. Yeah, it's easier to get up in the morning, go downstairs, you in your office, turn on and work. They said people was working so much that people are not separating work from social and personal life, even you working from home. More people working from home, you're not taking these people say they're not taking their vacations. They don't have, the life balance. Um, it's a whole bunch of things. You don't have to ask for a job permission to take off. Yes, you do. If you work at a job and you have personal time off, you just can't say, "Okay, I'm taking time off." You have to let them know you want to take time off. You mean to say if you work for yourself, you don't have to ask for time off. Maybe that's what you meant to say, blue, true blue. But if you watch the PBS documentary, it's 3 parts. Just watch it. One day when you're sitting around looking at YouTube, to go ahead and watch it. And then you'll get a true understanding what I'm talking about. Well, put it this way. The gig work jobs, people have flexibility to work and pick up different jobs and things of that nature. But see, the thing is that if you work these gig jobs and you could make decent money from it, well, don't be watching me because I'm not monetized. So I'm going to start putting these little Cash App links on here. But I'm not saying it's not a good thing to do, but some of these gig jobs and some of these companies, they really kind of screwing people over. Now, if they was going to be fair and equity in their pay like they used to pay, and not be lying about, you know, not paying out the tips and all that stuff, then I would say, okay, then you can make decent money. It makes no sense. All these companies that started up, they being greedy. Maybe holding on to customers' tips, and even Amazon Flex when they was to do groceries and people drop off packages and stuff. Amazon is accused of doing that too. That I Amazon is being accused of doing that. The Flex drivers, people's they not reporting the tips. People customers leave a tip and they keeping it or doing whatever they do and subsidizing the pay with the customer's tip. So if a customer left a $25 tip on Instacart, they trying to say, "Oh, here it is. It's $25." They not even pay. You don't even know um, if it's the tip or is it the rate. They didn't have to mess with that. They could have just kept it as it is, paid a 40 something cents per item plus mileage and the tip. But no, they want to change their whole structure. Their whole structure. DoorDash, Instacart, Ship. How you used to pay over $1 or something cents a mile when you did Uber, when Uber came about. Then you're gonna certainly slash the rates to less than $1 a mile. You know? And then people saying, "Oh, I drove 20 miles to pick up somebody and you paying," I was like, that's not really good. Just because you drove 20 miles, but if 20 miles is less than $1, Well, you know what? Somebody's playing. You know what? I'm gonna see how far. I'm gonna see how far true blue that you gonna go. Because if you fucking playing around, Tyson, and making up these troll names, you gonna get blocked too. I already told you, don't fuck with me. You know what? Now I'm gonna report you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and file a police report and file harassment. Now you're harassing. Yes. And I don't have no problems getting a piece. Go ahead and block him. That's the same fool coming on here. You know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna next time I come on here, I'm just gonna surprise your fucking ass and everybody's gonna see it. I'll have no problems. Bang bang. Now, whether or not that's the same person y'all know what I'm talking about, whether that's the same person or some dumb, stupid troll, I'm not in the mood, trolls. With that, exactly, weirdo. After that young girl got killed by the fiance in the van life and doing all these videos, YouTube is gonna turn around and really start putting stuff in place because of that. Not to say that YouTube and van life and people going all across the country filming and stuff. Now, I really think that they're going to be real cautious about what's being filmed and thank you, Sally, and what's being filmed and who's coming on here. People just don't realize you get on YouTube. Don't you know that they could actually track you where you live, your real name on this IP address? Just because you come on here and you talking all crazy and you coming on here in people's chat and all that kind of crazy stuff, that you think somebody don't just turn around and say, please go and look at this and this and that, whatever. And next you know, you got a warrant out on you. Keep on. Keep on, trolls. Keep on coming on here. Making up names. You got all the time in the world to sit here and do that and come on here. You talk about crazy, you ain't meant crazy. You can sit there and come on and coming on here. Okay, let me meet Vicky. You want to be a moderator? I'll put you as a moderator. Ain't like I got a whole bunch of people on my channel, so I can make everybody a moderator. Yeah, coming on here, crazy motherfucker. When I shoot your fucking ass, then I'm not trying to make the news. Trust me. I'm not trying to make the news because I ain't got no problems. Just because, you be trying to stalk. Don't be no internet stalker. But anywho, watch that PBS special. It was very interesting. It had talked about digital nomads. They said how people don't even want to stay at home. They be traveling all across the world. There's a person on YouTube. He got a YouTube channel. What his name? I can't remember. I gotta go back and look at it. He has a YouTube channel and he goes around all around the world, Thailand, and he's the digital marketing for different companies, taking pictures and making good money doing that, just going around Thailand and all these. It was like very interesting. Because a lot of people, they don't want to work at a office setting, sitting at home in front of a computer and all that, and working in an office. So, with that being said, that kind of correlated to exactly what I was talking about. All these jobs they were listing, and it wasn't just low level job, but there is a difference. There was high end jobs, middle and low income, and the middle was basically decreasing as a result of all this digital AI technology. And then as for the lower end jobs, they was talking about they always going to be a need for people to be manual type of labor job like cleaning houses, um, healthcare workers, like the ones who go and help um, elderly, the elderly care, not nursing, but what do you call them? Nursing assistants and home health care workers. They go to, they said there was, but those are like very low end type of jobs that don't really pay a whole lot of money. Those service type jobs, and how people, gig workers, they included in that category too. Because if you work, people say they have to work 12 hours, 12-hour days just to make $120. They had to work 10, 12 hours. And this person was in New York. It wasn't no particular app he was speaking about. It was, you know what? Let me see. Hold on. All right. I put the report. If you click on it, you can also put report harassing. Now I reported it. And I will be contacting the local authorities. So you trying to come on here making up all these different names and you the same person? Now, now you're gonna help me force. Now you're gonna force my hand. Now you're gonna be tracked. And you think you could have a little cheap ass phone? Mm. Now it's getting to the point where you will be reported. Now I did hit report. When you hit report and it says harassment, now it's been reported to YouTube. Now it's going to go to their um, data center, whatever, and now it's going to be looked into. It ain't even about being blocked at this point. It ain't got nothing to do about being blocked. It ain't got nothing to do with being um coming on here. I'm ignore it. So, but anyway, I found that very interesting with that documentary that they was talking about because they were saying, well, now the other younger generation about saying what was one of the things they were saying in that film was don't take advice from your parents in regards to making a living or whatever, right? Yep, they sure can. especially after what happened to that white girl with that fiance. I don't even know. I don't even think he was a fiance. I just think, I don't know why they say he's a fiance. Even though he knew her for 2 years and stuff. I was like, all the video with the police report with the person reporting saying that they drove by the truck and he was slapping her around and stuff, and then um I would love to make money traveling aside rideshare. You got that right. That's why I say my future plans is I want to be a digital nomad too, travel to foreign countries and work in different countries. And Thailand was so pretty when they were showing that guy. He was in Thailand, and um he was in the military, and then when he got out of the military, he just became a digital this black guy. And he's had a YouTube channel. Can't think of his dang name. But he was just taking different pictures and in something social media for different companies. And I was like, dog, I didn't even know how pretty Thailand really is. It's like, it's way more than what I ever thought they would look like. But yeah, those ride sharing job gigs they were speaking about, a lot of them, a lot of them, they just greedy. You have to do multiple apps just to make ends meet. So the lady one the lady they featured, she was doing Task Rabbit, and I'm quite sure she was doing all the other apps too. But you just can't really rely on one app to make money. You really can't. You know, especially something like Uber, and even then they was talking about how that's changing. You know how people were so concerned about Uber and how it was going to be, yes, Uber base pay is like $2 without tips. Exactly. Uber Eats, if you really took out the tips that they stole, or you making $2-3, makes no dang sense. Because like I said, it used to be when I did it 5 years, been 5 years now. Let me see, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, 5 years. It was more than $1 and something cent per mile. I didn't drive all the way around the world in Atlanta. I stood right up in that little hot spot areas and, and worked it. And then put a whole bunch of miles and made, made my little money. Even when I said, okay, let me go ahead and do Grubhub, let me do Uber Eats, let me do, it was a way that you have to do it. When I got to keep telling people, I told people, I said, when y'all started being greedy, everybody was trying to do that referrals, promoting the referrals so they could make that short-term income, that short-term referral money. I said, why y'all? I said, y'all creating competition amongst you, creating competition when you putting people out in the world, putting more people out there to do Uber. Anytime you have, it's economics. It's economics. The price was, I said, no, the price is going to go down because of y'all doing that. I told people that. Do you have any Uber driving people around videos? I don't understand your question. Do you have any Uber driving people around videos? Answer that question a different way. I don't understand what you ask. I don't understand the question. Do I have any videos doing Uber? Is that the question? If I have videos about it? If I have any videos doing Uber, I wasn't filming people. I know that. I may have had videos. Vicky, you ain't going back to my catalog of videos. Now, I don't have videos of me taking people doing Uber in my car, but I do have videos when I was talking about it, but it was mainly complaining about it. you know, people come in the car, slam the car door. It was those kind of videos, but I didn't do videos. I know I didn't know videos before they changed that you had to be monetized. I wasn't able to record in my car. Now I do have some videos when I was in the Kia, but it was I've been sub for a long time. Never seen them. Oh no, I never did that. Nope. I had the camera on when I was talking. I was had the camera on me talking when I was talking about it, but not people in the car filming people. I ain't even had no camera when people got in the car. I didn't do it that long with people either. When I did Uber with people, I think I did it for like I did it all the way up until Halloween, October 31st. Might have been my last time that particular year that I did people, because after that Uber Eats came around Atlanta. And when Uber Eats came to Atlanta, that's when I did Uber Eats. And that was five. No, it's okay, Sally. A lot of I be typing stuff too in people's chats, and I be like, "What?" So it's kind of hard to understand. You gotta be sorry. It's not the words; it's just a matter of the delay. If I'm talking about something and people ask the question, I'm like, I don't know your question because it's not real time recording. It's delay. I could talk about something, mention something, and then people ask a question. Then I'll be like, what did I say? Because I probably said it, 2, 3 minutes prior. So they don't be sorry. I know what you meant, but I was like making sure. And then when people are driving and you typing something, shoot, they be, I was like, that's not even what I typed. So you ain't gotta, you good with words. I just don't understand. I didn't understand your question, what you was asking. No, I ain't had no camera with the, filming people. See, you have to have a camera where you know, filming people. I ain't had none of that. I didn't. I had all those fancy things. The only thing I had was my cell phone, and I was able before they changed the 1,000 subscriber, 4,000 hours. I was able to go on live when you're driving. But see, when you're driving, especially, Atlanta could get some good spots, signal spots. But sometimes I had to preserve my battery and I use my phone. So if I'm on the app and I'm waiting to take orders or driving, I can't do YouTube at the same time when I'm and filming at the same time when the app is on. So a lot of times, Vicky's right. I ain't had no videos showing that. But I did show recordings of me talking about certain incidents about certain things that was carrying on. Most of the time it was my commentary. It'll be about my commentary or what what I'm at, what I'm doing. So like I'm gonna start doing more of my videos. I just found out how to record screen sharing on my phone. I just found that out last week on how to do it. And I had that iPhone going on over 2 years, and I just figured out how to do it. So now I can make videos and show y'all exactly how to do the survey or merchandising gig or observer or how to do videos, not live stream, but how to do videos, sharing the screen and possibly knowing how to edit, because they do have a movie editor thing on that iPhone. So I just, here it is, had that phone for 2 years, and I'm just finally figuring out how to use the features that I've been trying to figure out for the longest time. I said, well, how do people make these movies on this iPhone and blah blah blah? And, you don't have to download no third party software and all that. You could actually they have it available on your iPhone. But I didn't know. I didn't know how to do it. So I had to Google. I had to YouTube it and put in keywords just to get a channel that actually shows how to do it. And I finally got the wording right. So sorry, you ain't gotta be sorry about that. You did good with the chicken video. It looked juicy and delicious. Oh, when I went to the Cab Farmers Market with that rotisserie chicken, matter of fact, I'm gonna buy me some more of that chicken come next week. I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I'm gonna buy it again next week. No, I'm not gonna buy no more. I'm gonna wait because I do have some chicken in the freezer. I do have chicken in the freezer that I can make myself, and chicken thighs, and I think I got some chicken breasts. So I need to see what's in my freezer tomorrow so I could take it out. I'll probably take it out tonight before I go to bed, so I could cook dinner. You know what? I think I'll make spaghetti. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna take one of that ground beef when I went and bought it at Aldi's. I think I'm gonna make me some spaghetti tomorrow. Spaghetti with, I know y'all gonna say that ain't healthy, but I'm gonna make me some spaghetti. Make my spaghetti sauce from scratch. So in actuality, it is healthy because when I make it from scratch, it's gonna be tomatoes, tomato paste, real spaghetti sauce. And the ground beef is actually gonna be farm raised, that expensive. I don't want to do turkey meat. Turkey meat, just because people think turkey is no more healthier than if you get farm raised beef. Farm raised beef, especially when I bought the one at Aldi's, it came 3 blocks. That thing was like $18. No hormones, no additives, no nothing. Sometimes turkey, ground turkey, it ain't always healthy. People think it is. They say, oh, turkey. No, it ain't always healthy. Or ground chicken. Those are just like different parts of, hey, Colas, those are different parts of, now these days, the way how the prices of chicken and all these things going on with this supply chain, shoot, don't always be thinking just because it's chicken and turkey that is healthy, because it's not. Yep, it is a lot of fat in turkey meat. And then it'll be then if you look at it'll be added all those, if you look at the ingredients in turkey and you be reading and after a while you're gonna see water, and then they have all those chemical names that you can't pronounce, and that's what it'll be turkey. Turkey bacon too. So I said, shoot, if I'm gonna do all that, I might as well get farm raised ground beef that don't have all that bad chemicals in it and eat it. I never remember people getting fat because of the I never remember people getting fat eating meat. It's the processed foods that's getting people sick and gaining weight. What y'all talking about? Man, I can't go back. We talk about different things, Colas. I was talking about watching that PBS special about the future of work and how it relates to my future. And then it had a troll that came on here harassing me. And he keep making up troll names coming on here. Turkey has less saturated fat and calories than beef, but it doesn't matter. Well, I don't have issues with saturated fat, so. But still, the point, Vicky, is if you have turkey and you have all those chemicals and all those additives and stuff that's in it, it doesn't make a difference about saturated fat. Exactly. I mean, if I want to buy turkey, I will buy non antibiotics, non something, non whatever, and it doesn't have it's processed, but it's very pricey. People forget. They think, oh, turkey meat. Mm-mm. No, you could buy one turkey in that big old tube that'd be $7. No, not the tube, because you don't see. Yeah, and you could look at the higher end of turkey, ground turkey. The more processed it is, the less it don't. Mm-mm. I might as well buy high quality beef that don't have all those things and eat it that has less saturated fat, because you're not over processing it. It's not just saturated fat and stuff like that. I don't have issues with cholesterol. My cholesterol is pretty good. And as for saturated fats and stuff, I don't eat meat all the time. Besides, when I make my spaghetti, you put a lot of mushrooms in it. Mushrooms has a density of meat. I go there to the um, farmers market, and I probably buy the mushrooms, and I put more vegetables in my spaghetti than I put meat. It ain't that much meat. By the time I render off the fat in the meat or whatever it is, and since I bought this expensive beef with no additives and all that stuff, it's going to and more vegetables. I rather eat something less of all that process than just pick up turkey meat. I think people fall for the okey doke. Oh, I'm gonna buy turkey bacon. I be I be in the section looking at the meats, and I be hearing people, big old women and stuff, and big ass kids, and they be teenagers and young adults. They be like, I don't eat beef. I ain't eat turkey meat. Let me get turkey. And I be looking at them like, okay, you've been, people, you talk about healthy. I don't eat no beef. Uh, and I'm gonna be. They get let's look for the turkey, and then they look for the cheapest thing when they're buying turkey, whether it be ground turkey, turkey bacon, whatever. And I was like, and I ain't say nothing. I'm on my business because ain't nobody. I ain't paying nobody groceries, but I tell you, I went to a nutritionist, and I've gone to people, and they talk about, when we discuss, it's not about looking at two sections on the label, saturation fat, and that's it. You got to look at the ingredients. If the first ingredients is some chemical name that you can't pronounce, and that's the ingredients, that's what they put in there. Most of those stuff is fillers. It's fillers. Shoo. It don't make no good. People been making meatloaf and spaghetti and stuff, and even sausage. Like when I go to the calf farmers market, and that sausages. I wish I next time I'm gonna try to film more of the calf farmers market. They make their own turkey sausage, chicken sausage. They make all these different kind of sausage, and the casing. See, a lot of people say, I can't eat. The casing when they when they make their sausage from scratch. People say, I don't eat pork. Don't you know the casing is pork? you know, the casing that the sausage they pump, they make the sausage from scratch. They put all this garlic and pepper, and you know, you could taste the difference. Ain't that casing out of pork? Yeah, they just said that. Didn't I just say that, Colas? I just said that. The casing is made out of pork. So when people, I'm going to talk turkey sausage, and I want to, you know, gelatin too. Yep, sure is. When I was watching, see, I watch a lot of documentaries, and when I was watching about Food Incorporated, um, there was a lot of different channels I was watching throughout the years. And then when they start talking about the process of chicken and turkeys and vegetables and all this stuff, and there was like, what? And I was like, man. And they would mention it, and I was like, dog. So when there's some people that's on the pills, right? Yep. No, I don't know what's on the pills. I know you're talking about the little coatings. Mm-hmm. You talk about the capsules like this right here. You see how this has this plastic? It ain't like I have to break it apart. I can actually swallow it and then, yep. I don't know if this is called gelatin though. Gelatin. I don't know what the coating is on it, but all I know is if you look at the when you look at turkey bacon and look at all the meats, turn it over, turn it over and look at the packaging and look at how it's made. And I could assure you, once I started watching those documentaries about the process of meat and all that kind of stuff, I was like, dang. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that because I'm trying to figure out. Some people said they go to this farm, they ordered the meats, it is not processed, and they could get it delivered. I was watching a couple people videos. They was talking about it when they was mentioning it. They say they get the big cuts of meats and stuff, and it's not processed, and it's pricey. And they could get it shipped, and they just I just have to figure. I never try to do that because I only got a small freezer. It ain't like I got the big, huge ones. Hollow meat. I don't know what hollow meat. I mean, hollow meat is okay. Hollow meat is not a name of a meat. Hollow meat. When I went to that farmers market in Van Dam, and it says hollow, they only eat certain types of meat in those not Mediterranean. What the hell they are? What the hell they are? Not Middle Eastern. What the world? Muslim, Pakistani, that whole region, Turkey and stuff. They don't eat pork because of religious reasons. Because of religious reasons, just like kosher. Okay, let me give you an example. You know how you could go to one of the ethnic supermarkets and stores or sections in a department store and supermarkets. It would say kosher meat. It's the process of the meat due to religious practices. Things are kosher. So kosher is what like you say halal. It's all cultural. Certain cultures, they have something about um they have a certain aspect of how they what kind of meat they eat, how it's processed. I don't know much about kosher. I mean, I grew up in New York, and people's like, you go to these restaurants and supermarkets and stuff, and even in Atlanta, they have a Jewish community, and they say kosher. It's all how they process it. So, challah is something similar to Mid Eastern. I don't even think they Mid Eastern, whatever aspect of country they are from. That's all that is. Because if that's the case, I would have been challah. I would have been Miss Eastern. Challah is an Arabic word that means permissible in terms of food. It means food that is permissible according to Islamic law for meat to be certified halal. Yeah, see Shelly Shell. See how you just do. See how you do the research. Whatever. I have to go away and do it. So it's more of a like I said, it's more of a Islamic religious, just like Jewish is kosher. They have certain laws in kosher and certain laws and a whole bunch of other c- um religious and cultural countries. Hey, Shelly Shell, thanks for the update. Such as meat from hen hindquarters or animals such as pork. Many observe Muslims buying kosher meat. Well, I know growing up when my father used to go to the meat markets and stuff, and the meats that I saw they had like roast butt and all these other kind of meats. I said, man, we used to eat these. I said we ate these type of cut of meat, but we wasn't thinking about being, kosher and stuff. I mean, when I grew up in New York and we went to grocery shopping and bought meats and stuff, it's such an international city that when people bought, certain meats, they wasn't looking at it like, ooh, I'm kosher. My father, that's what we ate. We had roast butt and all those different kind of foods and stuff. We weren't Jewish, we weren't Islamic, and we weren't no, we weren't Muslim or nothing. We weren't Jewish, so anyone could eat it, anyone could buy it. It's probably better. It had nothing to do with organic. Organic, it's not organic. It's the process. Just like Shelly Shell said. Just read what she said again. I wouldn't focus so much about, oh, is it organic? Oh, is it this? All I know is the okey doke about turkey meat and turkey bacon being healthy. And when you look at the ingredients and how it's processed. When my uncles and stuff, they used to go hunting. Well, my one uncle, he would go hunting for venison, which is deer. And they would, and we had, remember I tell you I had that venison sausage? I came back from South Carolina. They had venison sausage and it was good too. They kill that deer right up in the field. They go up there and process, make sausages and all kinds of different deer meat and stuff. They got a little, when I say process, I'm talking about when they, kill the animal, whatever they do, I'll be graphic because some people be like, ooh, that sounds disgusting, but I never seen it done personally. But I know that when people went out to hunt, boom, and they make the meat, and boom, that's it. Just like when that alligator came in my uncle's backyard, in between the house and the trailer, they had that huge. Matter of fact, I think I saved it on my Facebook page. Oh, it's on the Facebook page of one of my relatives, and they captured that alligator. It was big, and one of my other relatives, they was cleaning it. They skinned that alligator. I was like, dang, you got purses for days. Purses and boots, alligator boots, purses, and they would process. It was, you know, had that big old knife and skinned that alligator, and they had alligator meat. And I never ate alligator. No, let me take that back. Did I eat alligator? I don't think I have. No, nope. I don't remember. Not then. I'm talking. This was last year that they caught this alligator. I'm talking about um, Papados. If they ever, I know they had alligator on their menu, but I'm trying to remember. Have I ever tasted it or something? I don't know. I can't remember. What did I had? I know it was something exotic. Well, I don't know. All I'm saying is that something like that, when people go hunting and stuff, and they go out in the woods and hunt, whether it be wild turkey or whatever, it's the processing of it. Now you go to a store and the way how all these companies they breed chickens and all that stuff and eggs, it's not natural. It's not natural. So, so like it says, Vicky, Shelly Shell, y'all right. That's exactly what that is. So if I go to the store and I said, I want to buy me some, well, I wouldn't put so much, I wouldn't put so much effort in terms of what to eat. I'm just, shoot, I was heard a couple days ago, they were talking about, there was some recall on some lettuce had E. coli or something they were saying. Yeah, you go to Jewish sections and stuff. You go to, I mean, like I said, if the more you go to different types of food restaurants, well, not restaurants, supermarkets, and the way how this world is globally, they always gonna have a section for people of different cultures in terms of how they eat, how they fix, grocery, how they fix foods and meats. But all those things, you just have to, you have to see what works for you. I mean, if you like pork, eat pork. If you don't like it, don't eat it. If you like chicken and whatever, however you cook it, whatever is within your budget, um, that's fine. But all I'm saying is most foods made within the last 50 years, they say, has been processed, commercialized, adding all these extra sugars, added sugar than regular bacon and make. Yeah, that's true. That's why, you have to kind of be careful what you eat. Meat in general was never, well, shrimp ain't no better. You went from worse. You went from I ain't eat no meat to eat shrimp. Mm-mm. You ain't no better than eating shrimp. Yep, that's true. It's not. See, you don't. You can't just sit there and worry about counting calories and all that stuff. You just have to eat a balanced meal. Meat should never be a majority of your meal. If you're eating a meal, you shouldn't be having all meat, less vegetable, and less starch. You eat more vegetables, so many servings of meat, whatever your choice is, and cut out a lot of processed meat, cut out a lot of processed things, sugar and salt. I've heard of Dr. Sebi diet. See, people be following stuff. It's just too much. He ain't did nothing that was so spectacular. You know, he ain't did nothing that was so spectacular. Oh, the Sebi diet. I don't believe in people making up a diet, marketing it, packaging it, and people just run off with it. It's I don't make eating such a complicated thing. Shrimp is packed with vitamins and minerals, including, well, everybody don't like shrimp. I'm just saying, it's not. We're not. This, I'm not debating about shrimp, pork, beef. I'm talking about the way it's made. People say, "Oh, I want crab," but it has imitation crab meat, and then you look. I said, "This." All I'm saying is this. I'm not trying to say what it got vitamin D, A, C, K, Z, Y. All I'm saying is look at where your food comes from. Period. When you look at where your food is caught, where your food comes from, go from there. Aldi's have wild caught shrimp. There's a big difference between wild caught. Just like I told you the example, when my uncle go out there to go hunting for fishing and whatever, that's wild caught. A lot of fish, a lot of seafood and stuff didn't come here from the waters in the United States, from Alaska and all the seas and the oceans and stuff. Some of that has come from overseas in China that goes to a processing plant. If you could get shrimp and you could get it straight from the water, straight local or whatever, just be mindful where just know where your food comes from. Just watch there's documentaries right up on YouTube. They have a lot of things on YouTube that speaks on that, that speaks on this whole entire process. But this was not my topic though. My topic was not about food and all that stuff. My topic was the future of work. That was my topic. I ain't want to get on this tangent about food. It ain't. I think people make it too harder than it needs to be. I don't need to follow no Sabi diet. I don't need to follow nothing like that. To be honest, if you read the Bible outlines the Daniel fast, and it's not even a fast where you're not eating nothing. Like, oh my God, I'm starving. Fruit, vegetables, things from the earth. The way how these food shortages are going with all these supermarkets and stuff not being on the shelf, you better start growing your own garden. You don't have to have a backyard. You don't have to have a house. You could grow food in a bucket and you could do a patio. You'll see the little thing in the background on the window. Even though that's not food being grown, that's just a plant and some, that I'm trying to grow. But I just, I got in my front yard, well, in the patio, I got a couple of planters with some herbs and stuff, and I'm growing. I think tomorrow I'm gonna put when I can find that kale and spinach. So I'm gonna put that in some little planters tomorrow, and hopefully this winter because I could grow. I'm gonna find me some collard green seeds tomorrow if I can find collard green seeds. If not, I'll just plant the kale seeds and just do kale. But I'm gonna do it in buckets because I don't have. I have plenty of space in the backyard, but I don't have what you call it. I haven't built flower beds. I don't have any flower beds built, and that requires me to um, do a flower some beds. So I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna do the containers, and then I'm gonna do a little section that's on the side, right below this window is a little section. So I'm gonna start that little section first, and then just do a few things. I'm not gonna do a whole lot. I ain't gonna be having a whole backyard of vegetables. I don't think I'm that good yet. That's what I said, Shelly Shell. I'm gonna grow my own vegetables, but for now I ain't got no vegetables to grow. So I gotta wait and see what comes up in the next couple months and see if it's successful. But I would, I'm gonna start small, see if I can get any strawberries and little fruits and stuff that I know I'm gonna pick. But until then, all I could do is try. But a lot of people have been doing gardening and growing their own food, and that's what I'm gonna do. Makes no sense to go to the Cal Farmers Market the other day and they, They have vegetables. Even that other video I showed with Van Dam, they have a lot of vegetables and stuff. But shoo, wait until the secret comes out and people start flooding over there and then they, buying and stuff up. I was like, keep my little secret to myself. Because a lot of people who go to those, a lot of people from different countries be shopping there. And some people don't venture out. They go to Kroger. Everybody be at Kroger, all crowded up at the Publix. And I don't know why people insist on running to the Walmart to buy groceries. Not for no vegetables. And not for no meat either. I mean, it may be good, but nope. And then Sam's Club, like I say, I was at the Sam's Club Sunday to 4 different stores to do the merchandising with the machines. They had plenty of turkey chicken wings, and now they were stocking up. That I was there at 7 in the morning, and I saw them stocking up and stuff. But there's certain things I just can't see myself buying. I know Erica will be like, I ain't got nothing wrong with when I went to Sam's Club and bought grapes. I can't shop in Sam's Club and buy certain things at Sam's. First of all, I don't even have a Sam's Club membership. So I see people buying fruits and all that stuff. But I just think what? I already spoke about the topic. You have to hear the rewind. I ain't gonna talk about it. I've been on here for an hour and 31 minutes already. All I'm saying is watch the PBS special that I was talking about. It's in the title, which is, I can't remember the title is anymore. It was The Future of Work. Just watch that PBS special. It's a 3-part series that I watched all day today. And they speak about the future of work. They spoke about, technology, how it's changing, how people work, digital nomads, gig work, all that. And how it relates to, tomorrow. That's why I ain't trying to stay up, because I got to make sure that I be ready for tomorrow. And I have to shampoo my hair out. I'm deep conditioning my hair overnight with this deep mask. So I have to make sure I wake up enough in the morning, shampoo this out my hair, make it look decent. Because I'm supposed to start my the orientation is tomorrow. And I don't want to become looking on here looking all crazy. Matter of fact, I need to take all this little stuff and just start taking them downstairs in the garage. But I didn't want to say now I'm not going to discuss it again, because the first 20 minutes or so I wasn't talking about. I was talking about my colonoscopy that I was supposed to have tomorrow, but I have to cancel it because I did not. 1, I don't have anybody to take me. 2, I did not do the cleanse, clean out my colon. And 3, the program is tomorrow. So I have to call tomorrow morning, wake up, cancel it, and reschedule it another day. And unfortunately, this program starts tomorrow with Generation USA. And it's 3 days of orientation is mandatory. And I start my new location on Thursday. So I have to figure out how I'm going to be able to, because the thing is that the program time is from 11 to 7 Eastern Standard Time. And I'm supposed to be at work at 6 on Thursday. So I know Friday is not all day. And I could probably look at it in Zoom for the last hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I could somehow, I can't have the phone on the floor. So I have to have a different way of how I'm going to do that. Anywho, I'll figure it out. So it relates to the fact that that it speaks about technology and how it was like majority of jobs that people were used to doing is going to be replaced or eliminated. And the good thing is they put it in a historical perspective, because when Industrial Revolution. In this history of this country, when they spoke about the Industrial Revolution, you know how like the beginning everybody was doing, buggy horse and stuff, and then when they had the Industrial Revolution, and it wasn't just one Industrial Revolution. It's always been every so many, I don't say centuries, but so a certain period of time, things come about and it changes technology. You know, the invention of the automobile eliminated people having to ride horses and buggies to do it. That eliminated an industry when they invented, even say, not even 10 years ago, there was no, a lot of things that's happening now, they didn't have. And I said, well, Dom, that makes, that's kind of makes sense how certain things get eliminated because of technology. They even show people, doctors, operations and stuff is done with robotics. It's not going to eliminate people's jobs for doctors and anesthesiologists and certain type of people in the profession. It just elevates it more differently. Rather than someone who hands the tools to the doctor. I can't know what that position is called, but they get a lot of money. I knew someone who were like doing that. They hand the tools to the doctor. They pay $75,000-$80,000 a year. I don't know what that's called, but um, they still gonna have people to do it. But rather than handing it to the doctor's hand, you handling it into the robot, and then you have someone that's skilled to operate the robot. So they were saying it was so many different careers that didn't even exist 10 years ago, that being a robotic operator is something that they need people to be skilled at. I was like, what? And um, all these things going on with cybersecurity and the windmills. They were saying how the energy technology, those big windmills and stuff that you see some in certain states and stuff, they have people who train to do that. And they go to class and they go to school to learn that type of technology job. They didn't even exist 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And they were saying how people have to start looking into changes like that. And I was like, and that was so, you just have to watch it. That's all I'm saying. Just watch it. It's a 3-part series. You ain't got to watch it all at once. I watched it all day today because I did nothing today. I just laid about in the bed, looked at YouTube channels. They had overtime today for Amazon. I looked on the app. I said, "What? They got 4 hours of overtime today and 10 hours." I didn't choose it, but I said, "Nope." I said maybe next week, but no, I can't even do it then. Shit, it would have to be on a Sunday. I would have to do it on a day. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. I just need to be focused and be focused and not be sidetracked. And I guess for that to come up on my stream, on my YouTube, I think it was meant for me to watch it and stay focused and not settle. Not settle for these little customer service jobs that that are not even going to exist. Or and it's true. They were saying a lot of positions, and they ain't talking about no simple jobs either. Those jobs that were in the middle, according to the website, and they had a lot of positions they were listing that you think it used to be around, that people used to do, that ain't no more. And it was just so amazing how they was showing how these robotics and robots now they doing it right now. How robots look more human and be able to do a lot of jobs that's going to be replaced by people. And they said, they spoke about Youngstown, Ohio. They, how that was like a boosting town back in the day. And then all those jobs and factories closed down, people left, and now it's like a nightmare. And it's not just that part, Youngstown, Ohio, but that was one big example how all these changes in technology just, you know, displaced a lot of people at work. And we have to think beyond um what's going on. When Uber Eats and Uber, and they were talking about autonomous cars and driving cars, people 5 years ago. And I know there was somebody, I remember there was a bunch of people. Ain't nobody gonna get in no car with nobody in it, and ain't nobody gonna do that. Ain't nobody gonna have robots delivering the food. They, people could not believe it. They could not believe it. That was 5 years ago when we had this big old discussion. Now, now they doing it. They sure are. And can you imagine 5 years ago, people were debating about, ain't nobody gonna go and do no Uber Eats, and ain't no one gonna be no robots. These all these crashes. Yeah, they may be so. But that was 5 years ago when people had that debate. Now look, 5 years has passed, and another 5 years gonna pass again. And if you don't think that that's gonna change 5 years from now, watch. You know, they don't even you don't even have to you don't even have a car really to do a lot of the gig works and stuff. They have it where now um the technology at your hands and your fingertips. You can order groceries, you can do everything in an app. And you don't really have to have a whole lot of people to do that. Now, in terms of the pay and all that kind of stuff, yeah, it's convenient for consumers. But every person that they talked about in that gig work that was doing all their food delivery apps, and they was talking about it, that's because, you have to work 12 hours just to make 100, and just to make $125, $130 in New York. This person, he said you had, mm-mm, nope, that don't make no sense. None at all. All right, it's 8 of y'all, 10 likes. I appreciate that. What else y'all got to say on it? Because it's hard to talk about something that I watch, but I think it's good that y'all watch it. It is on YouTube. If you got Amazon Prime, it's on Amazon Prime. It's PBS. I love PBS. I love PBS. They even got the documentary about Muhammad Ali. They showed that was over this past weekend, so I'm gonna watch that. It was Ken Burns. I know y'all, I'm a geek, so y'all probably say, what the hell is she talking about? But most people who, if you watch PBS and you know about film and documentaries, and you are a fan of it, you would know who Ken Burns is. He does a whole lot of different documentaries for 20 something years. He did series about the Civil War. He did series about immigration and the Statue of Liberty. He even did one on African American history. And I love his documentaries. So just watch it. Just watch it because it gives you a different perspective about jobs and where the future is going with work. And it's something that I think, especially the gig economy work, you have to watch it for sure. Because it's always going to be some new, innovative ideas, new plans, new ways of people making money. This economy right now, the stock market today, eh, it went down again, but it's but in terms of my little investments, it went up. So it's gonna be it is what it is. But one thing for sure is that during an economic downturn, most millionaires are made during this time. Yeah, if they say the housing market's gonna plunge it, well, it's gonna plunge, it make no difference because if I'm planning on keeping my home and eventually rent it out or whatever happens, it ain't gonna be like, oh my God, it's just worth nothing, As long as you still have passive income coming in, if you own a home, one, you ain't gotta worry about increase of rent, you know. Only thing that's gonna increase is your property taxes, and as you pay off your mortgage, you pay the property taxes and you pay for everything else associated with having a home. People calling me about, wait, I want to call about your property. Where the hell am I supposed to live? Why would I do that? Why, if someone is so dying need to buy your house, I don't care where you live, Baltimore, New York, California, whatever. If people are so itchy to call you on the phone every day, text, phone call, stuff in the mail, want to buy your house, want to do whatever, why should I fall for that when I could probably, make an investment and make money, passive income on my own property in my own house? Why would I want to be so quick to give it up to somebody else to turn around, fix it up, put a little $10,000 worth of repairs, and and then turn around, they profiting off of my hard work, you know. So I know a lot of people are not really falling too much for about the economy and panicking mode and oh my God, or whatever with the pandemic and everything going on, but everything will pass. This too shall pass, as they say. And you know, I can't be following all this foolishness with people with these mask mandates and vaccine and all. They said it was 97% success rate for possibly children to get the vaccine now, from 7 years old to 12, something like that. So hopefully people will wake up. You know, hopefully people will wake up. I was looking at something today on CNN not too long ago in Texas. I would sue the hell out of this man. They came, the two couples, they had a baby. The baby was left at home by the grandmother, 7-month-old baby. They went to a restaurant because they haven't been able to go out for so long that they went to this restaurant. They wore a mask, had the mask on, and they showed the vaccination, that they were fully vaccinated. And they went to sit down, ordered food and everything else, and then the waitress come over there saying the owner said, you're not allowed to wear the mask. You have to take it off or you got to leave. I said, what kind of bullshit is that? So they didn't want to cause a scene and then things like that. And then they left and they paid the bill. You think I was going to pay somebody money and I didn't get to enjoy my meal? And I was told to leave because you walked into a restaurant and wore a mask? And then this old dumb cracker, he come over here, he the owner. I don't feel that, it's necessary to wear a mask. It's hurting my business. And I'm not gonna allow anybody to come in my restaurant wearing a mask. I was like, sometimes you want to go over the TV and punch people dead in the face. I was like, really? Really? I said, first you got my money, then you tell me to leave because I'm wearing a mask, and then you told the person I have a baby that has a health condition, something that baby had a health condition, and she did not want to compromise her baby's health, who was at home and wanted to go out to dinner and wore a mask and was telling that you're not allowed because you got a mask on. There, there is no law about it. You could tell people to leave, and because the state of Texas has that mandate where you can't require that they have a mask on or whatever. He talk about I worked hard for my business for me not to. I was like, you know what? I said I hope they had put that restaurant name in Texas and put it all up on there for everybody to read, and then they protest and not go back, and then see your business plummet. Or better yet, let your dumbass get it, and then you go under. I hate to say it. They crazy in Texas. I don't know what's wrong with these people in Texas. I said, I wish they put it on there, and people who want to go to their restaurant wear no mask and watch they protest. And not because of the fact that they told them not to take off the mask. It's the fact that they said they have a baby that has a health condition that they didn't want to come home with affecting their baby. I hope people who have children who are so pro whatever. I hope a whole lot of people seen that and say, nope, we're not going to this restaurant and let your business dry up and close down. And and the fact that they didn't even try to listen when they said that they had a baby with a health condition, that alone would make me be like, nope. Nope. I'm quite sure when they was eating, they would have took the mask off and eat. But you're going to violate somebody. And they said that it's not part of the Title 10 for discrimination because it's not based on race, religion, sex, whatever. But they said, well, we're not going to sue. We're not going to, let somebody else tell me that crazy mess. I said, no, I'm diabetic. I'm going to wear this mask because I don't want to get sick. I'm fully vaccinated. No, I'm not going to take off no mask. No, I'm not. You just got to have to call the police. And then they said, well, why you tell her to leave? Because he told me I can't walk and wear my mask and I have a health issue and I'm diabetic. And I would have sued the fuck out of that restaurant. I would sue the fuck out of them. Discrimination based on this disability. Boop. The minute someone said if they have a disability, it carries down to the child. That that plumb crazy. People in front of places burning masks. We ain't masks. You know what? Let all y'all fucking die. Let all y'all motherfuckers die. Get the fucking COVID in your fucking mouth so you can shut the hell up and move the hell on. Move. I don't care. That may sound crazy. That might sound mean. Oh no, why you say that? I don't care. Now they getting a little bit ridiculous now. Now they getting a little bit ridiculous. Little bit ridiculous. Just like those stupid bitches, black women from Hubbard, Texas, somewhere outside of Texas, outside of Houston rather, went all the way to New York. Big ass sign. Mask required, New York mandate code, blah, blah, blah. All up in there. She asked the host the station at this restaurant in New York, in Manhattan. They told them they had to show that they were vaccinated and whatever, right? You all heard the story. And jumped the girl and started jumping on that poor girl who was the hostess doing her job. And then had that one man pick up this one trash bitch, black girl. She was 20 something, and the other two were 50 something, 40 something, whatever. Went all the way went to New York, and they picked her up, literally picked that bitch up. He's showing all his ass. Y'all saw the video, y'all seen it, and had his pants all dragging, showing all the crack of his ass, and he picking her up to trying to, literally pick this bitch up And she was like, she was in my face. This is the reason. She was in my face, so you're going to attack her. So they end up arresting them, gave them a bench warrant. Was it a bench warrant? Well, released them on bench, whatever. So now your stupid ass, he's supposed to be going back to Texas. Take your dumb black asses back to Texas. Then you got to go back to New York for that court hearing. And then they said there was a fine. I don't know what happened. I would have thrown these bitches in jail and let them stay there. Y'all okay? Welcome to New York. Welcome to the Big Apple. Welcome. But be in jail, they should have kept them there. I don't know how long they stayed in jail or whatever the case may be. But aggravated assault, I hope they throw the book at these bum bitches. You come all the way from Texas, act fucking fool, go to New York, and you gonna attack a poor girl, and the girl was so dang traumatized, and she was like, oh my God, they attacked her. These big buffalo black bitches attacked her. I wish somebody would come up in my face and I'm doing my job and you hit me. It gonna have to take 10 grown ass men to get me off your ass. She doing her job, big ass sign, and you come in here. And they asked, and she had to tell, she asked them for the when you vaccinated and you had to wear a mask. That thing been like that for a good while, not a month, but it was widely known. And how the fuck did they get to New York anyway? When you go to the airport, when they left that fucking airport in Texas, or bus or whatever the hell they went up to how they got to New York, I'm quite sure you had to wear a mask. Anything about it. They showed the person's Facebook page. They said fully vaccinated. So you're going to attack somebody because they asked you before you got into the restaurant proof of vaccination and wear a mask, and you're just going to attack the girl. And you're going to say because she was in my face. Man. I looked at that video. I said, you know what? And then it had to be black women at that. Black women, you show your ass. Ain't no way anybody could come and say, oh, they were discriminated against. Oh, they went, they were being told to kick. No, I can't fall for that. I'm sorry. Ain't no Black Lives Matter movement involving that stupid case. Throw those bitches under the fucking jail and let them stay there. Now you gotta sit there. You spend all that money to go to New York, get your money to come out, to get out. Then you gotta bring your black ass back to New York because you can't. You don't show up. Don't show up. They'll send the marshals to Texas and arrest your fucking ass and drag your dumb ass back to New York. I hope when they find these bitches that is 10,000 plus a piece, and that they also go to jail a year, 2 years, maybe a year, because I don't know if they'll give them a 2 years. Maybe they should give them 2 years. How you gonna attack this poor girl doing her job and then acting like a damn fool? No make no fucking sense. Sometimes, they need to throw the book at these dumb bitches. I'm gonna make sure I follow that case. I say, you know what happened? What? Tell me the follow-up story, because I wouldn't give them no bench warrant, warrant or whatever. I would let their ass stay right in jail for a good week, and then let them come up with a bail money. And you on vacation in New York. The hell? What the hell you go on vacation somewhere to another city and then you act a fool? All on social media, all on CNN. Now can you imagine? Then they showed that one lady, her Facebook page. Now, if you had a job working somewhere in Texas, can you imagine? You come back home, oh, you know what? We gotta fire you. You fired. You fired. all on the news. You all on the news and social media, CNN, all on the news, YouTube, all on Facebook probably. Ooh, oh God, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe this vaccine thing is making people crazy. Maybe it's something. Maybe people going crazy. And I know I said I was not going to talk about that. I wasn't going to talk about no vaccine and all this stuff. I said I wasn't going to talk about it because it's making me mad. It's making me angry. And all I got to do is shake my head. I can't. I just can't. So, you know what? Just be what it is. Just, you know, that people ran rampant, let me go someplace. Let me go someplace. Man, you can't come in because you're wearing a mask. Why? You can't because we don't believe in masks, so you can't eat at your establishment. Boy, I will call CNN so quick. I will call CNN. I will be on out and ooh, and don't let me have to order food and paid, and you telling me I gotta leave and I spent my money. Hmm. If people really that dumb, is there people really that dumb? You know, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know. I just, sometimes what they say, a hard head makes a soft behind. Maybe these hard headed people and the soft behind, maybe that'll teach them. Maybe people just don't care about their lives, the mortality of their lives. I just don't get it. And black folks going to jail unnecessarily for things that they didn't do, and then you turn around and do that. You all on the news, all up on the CNN. Some man, he had a red jaw short, his crack of his ass, and he lifting you up, and bitch, shut up. See, she couldn't have been in the Bronx, and she couldn't have been in Brooklyn, and she couldn't have been in the hood acting a fool. She could not have been in one of these black neighborhoods or his Puerto Rican establishments, and they told her we go there, and she get in someone's face. Man, those New York girls will beat the shit out of them. You gonna just target? That's what that is. They figure, oh, me target this little white girl, and then you gonna act a fool and act crazy. You couldn't see. It couldn't be no black woman standing at that hostess stand. It couldn't be no Puerto Rican girl. It couldn't have been none of us from New York standing at that hostess stand asking you, and you told me in my face. They would have been beat. Boop. They would have been beat down. Beat down. Beat down. They sure would have. They think they can just target who they want to target. Okay, we gonna target her. Let's target her. Why don't you? If you're gonna go up there and bully and act a fool, then go up to somebody. Go to a sister. Go to a Puerto Rican girl, Dominican, Jamaican. Oh Lord, West Indian. Go up to one of them. Go to one of their restaurants and they the host the stand and you act a fool and see if you don't get the shit punched and see if you don't get your ass dragged up and down Harlem, up and down Manhattan, Brooklyn, wherever. Man, you wouldn't even made it to shit. They ain't gonna have to call the police. Y'all asked what they said. She attacked me. And you would have got a beat down and go to jail. Bet you they wouldn't do that shit. They wouldn't see. They ain't gonna pick at nobody. They ain't gonna pick at no one. You gonna pick on that girl. She's she's doing her job as a hostess. She's standing there. Now the owner of the restaurant said, and what was the name of that dang restaurant too? But anyway, y'all can look it up and look it up. He said now he gotta hire now he gotta hire security in his restaurant for nothing like that could happen again. The poor girl just started working there 2 weeks ago. Young girl started working there, trying to do her job. Big ass sign. Before they left that damn plane, it said, it gave regulations and stuff. When you got on the plane, you had to wear a mask. When you went to LaGuardia, unless those dumb bitches took the mega bus, or took Greyhound and went to New York, these cheap ass bitches, damn Hoboken, Texas, whatever the hell, somewhere out of Houston, niggerish, dumbass. You think you big and bad, everything big and bad in Texas, man, you ain't saw people from New York. You should have got your ass beat down picking on that girl like that, like you crazy. You couldn't beat me in the line. It couldn't be me there sitting there. I would say, y'all need to back the fuck up from her. They wouldn't have said nothing. I sure would have. Let me go somewhere and you bullying somebody, and especially if I have to wait to get into a restaurant over your dumb ass, and you cause commotion. I said, you know what? Y'all need to back the fuck up. Cause see, I'm quite sure in that tape, somebody, especially if they was in New York, they from New York, and they come up to here talking that yang yang, yang yang yang, just talking blah blah blah. I'm quite sure. Some people never see. I ain't seen the whole. See, they only show clips of it, but see, you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that to a black woman. You couldn't do that to no Dominican, Jamaican, whatever. You gonna pick on somebody, and then because she acts, in a big ass sign right there in the front, big ass sign. Talking about she was in my face. What, bitch? Shut up. All three of those dumb heifers. Shit. Threw them under the bus. Now they got it. Now, see, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna Google it and see when they supposed to come back. I hope they. Well, I don't know. I don't say I hope, but here you are. You gotta go and come back to New York. Pay all that money to come back, and then I hope they find these bitches. I hope they find them 10,000 plus, if not more. And then if you ain't got it, you got to pay the fine before they even let you go. You're fined, boom, and you get 6 months to a year in jail. Let their asses stay in jail. Rikers, right up there, Rikers Island. But those bitches right up in there. Bet you won't be raising your hand to nobody no more. Now all your dumbass is all up in the news. Shit. I hope. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna make sure I follow up on this. Nope. Send them right on to jail. Send them straight ass to jail, and then let them get a fine. Fine them and go to jail, and then and add aggravated assault on top of that. See what? Welcome to New York. Come to Texas and then try. Oh God, I don't understand. I just don't understand it. Anywho, it's 2 hours and 8 minutes. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Y'all just listening. Y'all let me go on a tangent. You know when I get on anything, tangent. You ain't got nothing to say? I'm gonna give y'all till 11:30, so that's 3 minutes. So tell me else what other things y'all want me to talk about other than this rant, because I always keep saying I was gonna talk about certain stories, but shoo, whew. I got the little kitten in downstairs in the bathroom in a little home. It's like a little bag. I haven't seen those other cats. They haven't came around. I saw them yesterday. I ain't seen Socks. The black one with the white feet. I ain't seen Socks. And then the other two, I saw them yesterday, but I ain't seen them today. So I don't know what happened to them. But the other one is in the house. He's been fed. I've been giving him little chicken, water. But I don't think I could keep him. I don't think I could keep him. I'm gonna have to take that poor little kitty to the pound, or I may keep him and he be the house cat, training to be in the house, but he gonna have to get shots. So I think I saw one of those places somewhere. They said they give shots on pets. I hope it's not a whole lot of money because I may keep her. He's black. He ain't got no white feet, nothing. He's totally black. So I don't know if it's a good luck to keep a black cat. But the little kid, he's downstairs in his little house in the half bath. I'm not going to let him walk. I'm not going to let him run around this house because he was so damn fast when I was outside. I was like, what? How the hell you came from the other side of the house? And I was trying to catch him, and I finally caught him after I put some food out, and then I said, got you. So he's in his little, this is carrying bag, this big carrying bag. That's what I got him in. So I think it's supposed to have been like a, yeah, it's like a carrying, it's like a big carrying thing. I do have a big ass cage too. That's outside, but shoot, it's been raining. But I don't think they want to, I don't think anyone would stay in that. Oh, y'all ain't saying nothing. It's 11:30. All right, let me say my goodbyes. Colis, Blue True, Shelly Shell, Vicky, Dorian, These Nuts. I should call you by your government name, These Nuts, since now you finally told me your name, but I ain't gonna do that. C. Henner, Sally, thank you for being my moderators. Who I'm missing? Dorian. I know Dorian be listening. Romeo. All y'all. Y'all ain't saying good night. What happened? I know it's not that much of a delay in the chat. I'm going to see how long my hair has grown. I'm going to shampoo this thing tomorrow morning with this deep conditioner. Put the little coconut oil to grease my scalp, as they said. Not grease, but grease. Soft tea coconut oil. Hair and scalp conditioner. What kind of oil do y'all put in your hair? Because I bought this on the Dollar Tree, but had this for, tomorrow. Remember, I'm supposed to, one, cancel my colonoscopy appointment because that's supposed to be tomorrow. 2, I'm going to that orientation for Generation. That's all day tomorrow from 11 to 7. And pretty much that's it. And then I probably go, before 10 o'clock, I have to go to Lowe's and do my merchandising gig. It's only 4 of them. One is up the street. One is on like Dodio, but it doesn't take that long. So once that thing is over, it's the new orientation. Vicky, you don't be listening to me. It's a 3-day mandatory orientation. I'm in the Denver cohort. Now, because it's on the west time zone, which is 9 to 5 mountain time, it's going to be 11 to 7 my time. Because I'm not in the mountain zone and I wasn't going to wait to go into the Atlanta cohort, which is in November. And I don't want to be on the wait list. So I said, nope, just keep the original class. So because it's in Denver Technical College, I don't have any wait a minute. I bought this other thing, but what's this other oil? Where is it? I would put it on my skin, but I think I could put it on my hair too. It wasn't castor oil. It has castor oil with vitamin D No, vitamin E. Where the hell is that bottle? I had it on this desk all this time. Now I don't know where the hell it is. Well, it's supposed to be a good oil, but I guess I could put it on my hair too. You know I've seen it. It's at Target. It's in a black bottle. Jamaican something. Jamaican oil. Castor oil. Yeah, so the orientation is for generation.usa.org. And it's for the Java full stack Java software developer program. It's 2 months and it's Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 Mountain Standard Time. But since I live in the East Coast, it's going to be 11 to 7. So there's an orientation and it's like a nonprofit organization. And this is free, a free program for training. And it is through, here it is. The thing's black. I can't even see this. Well, I took the label off, but it has like it's the mango and lime Jamaican vitamin A, D, and E. And it's supposed to be really good to put on your skin. Like I put it on my skin. It's a good y'all seen this. It's at Target and Walmart. The only thing is I took the label off of this different kind of oils. It has a nice smell to it. See, it's not too oily. You can even put it on your face. They have different ones, but I don't know what the difference. This one says mango and lime Jamaican. Well, this is castor oil. Now, it ain't the nasty castor oil that you're supposed to take in your mouth and just swap. Oh, God. The hell no. Just thinking about me make me barf. So that's what the orientation is. It goes over the organization. It goes over the setup. It's like a boot camp. And it's through Denver Technical College. And this when you meet the TAs, the teachers, the instructors, the teaching assistants, rules and, the whole program. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow. It's just basically, it's like a full-time job that you're going for free training. So I'm going to try to swing it and finish this program because I've been doing it too long and trying to get into the field of software development, and I need structure. They have classes, instructing classes, instructors, self-training, self-learning. So, but I'll talk about it tomorrow when I come back from day one. I'll tell y'all a little bit more about it. But if anybody's interested or if you know someone, I'll put the thing in the website. You can look it up. It's a nonprofit organization, and they offer different free training for different programs, digital marketing, iCloud. Oh, I put it in the website. You see it, generation.usa. Oh, it's not gov, it's .org. Generation. They even have technical support, digital marketing. It's a whole bunch of different programs. Generation. Yeah, they do. After the end of the program, they offer coaching for job placement, internships, or if you want to pursue a degree, they'll help you with that too. GenerationUSA.org. And they work And this is a initiative with Verizon Wireless with a grant that they got. So if you live in the Washington D.C. metro area or another city they mentioned, um, they provide free computers, laptops. I think they said, but those are for those who live in D.C. and some other state. I can't think of what the other state is, but I wonder if DMV is included too. But it's all free. It's a boot camp style. They do after you finish the program. They help you with job placement, internships, regular jobs, resume build. It's a whole slew of things that they do. Even after you finish the program, you come back as an alumni. If you wanted to even pursue the other programs, they'll let you come back and do the other programs as well. But this is a nonprofit organization that works with a lot of major companies. Verizon Wireless is one of them, where they're trying to bridge the gap of people who may necessarily have the they may not necessarily have the advantage to go into a field that's in demand. They try to close this gap because they said in the year 2030, even Amazon said they was doing that. Training programs, free training programs for people to be skilled up. They're trying to skill up people in these high demand jobs that can't be, that they need people to do. So it's not just for people who are young people, it's for people who are either doing a complete career change, younger people who may be, coming out of high school and they not in school. To be honest, you don't really need to go to college. But if you could go to a technical training school, because most of them is in conjunction with the technical training schools in the area. I'm in the Denver area, even though I live in Atlanta. I'll be with Denver Technical College. If I had started in November, then it would be Atlanta Technical College. So every region or wherever, depending on the cohort, you will be affiliated with that particular school. But everything is done online. Everything is online. You don't have to go. Now, I know in New Orleans, they said they had classes that he could actually attend, but due to this storm that happened, they suspended the classes until this situation gets straightened out. So it's all over the country. This organization's been, I guess it's been around for at least a couple of years, 2, 3 years, if not, I don't know. They'll go over all the information tomorrow. But they do have tomorrow, if you go to their website and you want to learn about it, they do have a webinar that you could actually review, and you have to take like a test. It's not even hard. You just have to take an assessment test, and they'll suggest which program you may be suited for to do. When I did my test and stuff, I had chose Java, Junior Java Full Developer Program, because every website, every technology runs on Java. So they actually have people, and I was looking at a job today. It was hiring for a Java full stack developer, and I looked at it. I said, "Ooh!" And I was reading the job description and stuff. So I was like, I'm just tired of doing customer service. I'm tired of doing customer service. I don't want to, you may have a behavioral aspect of helping people, but I don't want to be on the phone. Thank you for calling Sprint. Thank you for calling Wayfair. And just, nope. I need something a little bit more challenging, and customer service is not it. I've been doing it for so long, and I'll still do taxes and stuff, but taxes, that's seasonal. I want a real career, and then you could build upon the program. So, will the job be work at home? This is not a job. This is a training. You talk about. I don't understand your question. This is a training program where they train you for placement into a new career or a career that's in demand that they need. So this is not a job. This is not a job. This is a training program. Remember when you were saying, Shirley, that you was after training? I mean, after training, if you wish to, okay, this is the option you have. You could do apprenticeship. You could do, if you could start off at a junior web developer entry level. You could do, or you could go back to, or you could go to a master's, bachelor's degree, or you want to pursue your education further. So it's many different options. When I looked up the junior web developer, a lot of those jobs, or not jobs, a lot of those careers, you could work from home. You could do anything. It just depends on, once you work there. A lot of these companies, when you working, most of them is probably going to be work from home. Or you work into the office, or you work for a company and they tell you to travel, or you could go, it just all depends. Depends on the company, depends on, it's just like any, you just have to get your foot in the door and depending on where you work at. I know Google spent trillions of dollars. They said they opening up an office in New York. And I was like, what? So if you lived in, there was like a high demand of software developers that was high demand was New York, Washington, D.C., and Texas. They said it was so, so you have to either, when you go to, it all depends. Like they said, they trying to prepare people for these new jobs, new careers that's going to be in such high demand by the year 2030, they said. That's why I was telling y'all, look at that film, look at that documentary. The shift is not going to be, you know, these low entry jobs and stuff. They trying to get people into these fields to learn a skill. And it's not have to be software developer. It had digital marketing was on one of them. Um, AWS, which is the software for like that, that Amazon. Most of the things run on AWS. It's so much I can't even tell you. I've been so these last 5 years or so when I was thinking of changing careers, I said, you know what, I need to start thinking of doing something new. It was so many things and career options that I didn't even know what to start. Data analytics, data sciences, project management, this, that, and I was doing so much. I was like, well, where do you start? I'm trying to learn three different things at the same time. I'm trying to learn Python, HTML, CSS, all these different programming languages. I was like, and I didn't have no one to talk to. When I did go to Emory with their program, and I said, I want to, I'm interested in this program. And then the Indian, he's the head director in charge. And this was never in the degree. This was just a continuing education. You have to have experience. We look at you have to be a programmer. I said, I said if this was the entry level, how do you get into the field if you knew? And I asked for his advice, and he wasn't, part of that was probably racial, especially Indian people. They act like you come and ask them about something, they act like you don't know anything. So they could be a little bit um something, something about it. But try joining different meetup groups and speak to different people. He wasn't even helpful. I'm like, you already have to have this experience. And then when I went to another program that was you had to take a test, math test, and all the other kind of things. It was another program that was a nonprofit organization that was free. And I went there and I missed it by two little points on a math test or something. I think and then when I did I retake the test? I was supposed to go back and did I retake it? No, I didn't even go back because I was so disappointed because I was like, what? I know, because I do so well in math. I was like, what? But then it took the program was like, oh, you had to live in the fourth ward and and follow this kind of economic status. Like, it was like I said, this is a nonprofit organization and y'all want. And then after that, I don't think I heard anything much from them anymore. But they was trying to they didn't even have software development and things like that. It was something with entry level for technical support for Google, learning the Google suites and software. But even then, and that was like an all day program. It was all day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You had to go to they train you and then you get your CompTIA A+ certification that, you practice to get the certifications and stuff. And it was like entry level, but this was like about 5 years ago when I first tried to go into that program. And then I started finding out with Udacity and Coursera, and they had those free scholarships, and I went through it and did it online, but it was no instructor. Like, it was all looking at videos and stuff, and it was too much. I didn't really have a guidance. Like, it was just too many different things. They said, well, what do you want to get into? Do you want to learn this and this? It was so many career paths, but nobody really could help me. I was, read a lot of vlogs, a lot of different things, and technology evolves. That's the thing about it. When you look at that documentary, things change real quick. One moment, then I was speaking to people who was in the field, and they was like, uh, well, you have to have 3 years, 5 years experience. I said, well, how do you start? If you brand new, you want to go into the field and start a new career, how do you gain the experience? How do you go? Well, you could go to this boot camp and this program, General Assembly, and then you contact these companies. Even at Emory, they wanted like $7, $8, $9,000, $10,000. You know, they wanted a lot of money for these boot camp classes, and I was like, ain't nobody got, I got all these student loans, and y'all want me to put more student loans on top of that. And then in some of these programs, um, they'll bug you to death. They'll call you, keep calling you, and then oh, the program costs $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, and I was like, well, what do you learn? What kind of outcome do you have in terms of helping people get a job? And they wasn't even. They was all about trying to get the money. That's all they were focusing on, getting your money, and didn't really offer a lot. And then when the shutdown happened, then you really couldn't get a hold of some of these companies. And then some of them, they want you to have the background experience, and oh, you have to have this experience, 2 3 years experience as a program. It's like, well, I don't have that experience, so I want to. How do you start? Nobody could never really give you no sound advice. All they wanted was wanted the money. You know, they just wanted the money. So when I came across Generation, and I saw it was a nonprofit organization, and what their mission was, that's when I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I applied. I went online because I was heard it on the radio, and that's when I went to apply, and I saw how um, People were they were really preparing people for different careers, and you learning. I'm not saying all the other boot camp courses and classes they had, because they have some at Kennesaw University. You could do medical billing. They had a whole bunch of different programs. But for me, I ain't had no money. Like I said, what drew me? They said it was nonprofit and it was free, and they had all these other things to offer for this, for you to be in the program. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, and like I said, um, you gain the actual skills to come out, but you to actually start working whatever field you need to, because it's a demand. I could tell you that it is a demand. So I said to myself, I'm gonna take advantage of it, and I'm gonna still work. I'm gonna still work at Intuit TurboTax. I'm gonna still be at, Amazon as long as I can. And even Amazon offered programs similar to that. One, you have to apply for the Amazon, technology, institute or whatever they called it, and you're not working physically at Amazon. You're doing that whole program. They were doing the same thing, but you have to apply. But you have to be there for a year too. And I was like, what, a year? Then I heard. Then they changed it where they have a new program where it's 90 days, not 90 days, 3 months, 90 days, and they have 100% tuition, and you can go to school. But I can't review it because I have not reached the 90 days yet. And they even offered programs to training in software development, AWS. It was, and they was preparing um, the initiative of 20, I don't know what it is by 2030, but they were saying by the year 2030, which is 9 years from now, they trying to skill up um, millions of people. They said it was so many job placements that they said there was a shortage of people to do those type of jobs. So they said, you know what is it that we're going to do? So he said, we're just going to skill up the current workforce. Amazon is starting with the warehouse associates, and they trying to skill up people who's interested, and it's there for the opportunities, regardless of age, gender, whatever. So there's organizations out there. They trying to fill this gap, especially here in the United States. Especially United States, because they so behind China that they don't have the workforce in these type of technology, and that's where it's going. And I said, well, shoot, that makes sense. How you expect to grow your economy, and you don't have the workers that's skilled up to do that type of job. And you don't have to be a software developer. You don't have to be computers. You could be, because anything that they require for this new economy of jobs that's existing. They're gonna need people to do that. They're gonna need people in a lot of different roles and doing a lot of different things. And these jobs, well, I can say these careers rather, did not exist when I went to school. A lot of these things didn't exist 10 years ago. Less than 10 years ago, all these different new technology industries and careers that's booming, they need people, you know? And I said, shoot, that's what I'm going to do. Take advantage, learn something new. There's people, people say, I want to do be hit nails and do so, ain't nobody trying to be, mm-mm. We have to get out of that. Get out of that. You have to get out of that little mindset, these little menial type of things, because it's only a job is only what you do temporarily, whereas a career is a lifetime. And I'm not looking for a job just over broke. I'm not doing that. I can't. Struggling all the time, no, I need a career. And since this is a new opportunity for a new thing that never existed. So you have to have a mindset of constantly learning, you know, and going to college and going to school. And, let's just go to technical school to learn a hands on training, hands on machinery, fixing things, fixing machines, you know, hands on that you could learn in a short period of time and move on to a real career, you know. I know a lot of people be pushing, especially us black folks. I know I said I was supposed to get off here 30 minutes ago. I'm still on here. I'm also make my life 3 hours because it seems like I ain't never gonna be finished. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with going to college, but a lot of these colleges, especially for black folks, we've been so focused on, oh, you need to go to college. You can't push children or kids these days, they need to go to college. Because a lot of these colleges, especially for black people, black folks, I ain't gonna say people of color, we have to get more, I have to get more specific. Black folks going to college is nothing more than a debt trap. I wish I could turn the clock back and not even went to Capella for my for no MBA degree, or even for that matter, an undergrad. I would have. I mean, I would have never all that money that I have to pay back or whatever. I could have invested in some property. I could have did some real estate investing. It was a But going to college and telling kids, even these coming out now, oh, you need to go to college. You need to go to HBCU. No, you do not. HBCU, they need to start changing. They need to start going back to their origins when they was established, like Tuskegee and stuff. When these black HBCUs was established, it was established to train former slaves into industry. At the time, you know, railroad or whatever. It was training them a skill, carpentry, what you blacksmith. They was established to train from people being slaves in the field into a working environment in this country. That's why HBCUs, or most of them or some of them, was started. It wasn't a college university, they was training people in those fields. And then of course they were the schools, trying to train doctors and people in higher professions and stuff. But when you look at some of these schools, slaves, a lot of slaves didn't know how to read. So a lot of these schools were just schools teaching them basically how to read, how to, do get into working industrial type of jobs at that time, or that job on that time period. You know, the intellectual part of it, about, oh, we need to be educated. That was you had to wait a good number 50 years down the road before they started really becoming universities and colleges, and then they started teaching, more liberal arts, and some schools went to engineer. It evolved, but in terms of like, unless a child, like my niece told my sister, the one that's in the Marines, she said, "Mama, why should I go to college and pay all that money to go to college when I could go And my sister was in the Navy. My other niece was in the Navy too, until she had a medical leave. She said, "Why don't I just go to I go to the Marines and let them pay for me to go to school and learn whatever." They even had that in the film. They even had that in the documentary. They didn't need as many sailors on these ships, so they said they got these state of the art ships that don't even require. Rather than having 180 something sailors on a boat, they only needed, say, 65 people on it. That's how technology evolved, even in the Navy, in the armed forces, modeling, every aspect they showed. So watch it, watch the film. I should be a PBS spokesperson for this. But the point that I'm making is, particularly those who are going to college, you know, running yourself in big debt. Yeah, if you're fortunate to get a scholarship and you get a scholarship to go to this, college or university, and people speak about the experience. Oh, go to a black college, HBCU. What? To do what? To step, pledge of fraternity, sorority, just to say you went to HBCU, just to come out of debt. It ain't the same. It ain't the same like it used to. People went to Spelman and Morehouse and stuff, and they graduated. And they have, connections and 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 networking. Just to do what? Just to work a job. But where is the updated things they need at these HBCUs? Now some schools, I heard they have, you come out and get a degree in computer science and stuff, and they work with in conjunction with other major colleges and things like that. But a lot of that is networking, who you know. And if you're fortunate to get into a job and it's based on who you know, oh, that's my frat, that's my soror, oh, I went to Spelman, I went to Bennett College, whatever. It ain't the same like it was. It ain't the same. Now, you have a whole new group of people coming over here from other foreign countries, Asian and people of African countries and all the other countries coming in here, working these jobs and going in these type of careers and stuff, and we being left behind. Sometimes tradition could hurt you. Oh, we go to college, and being in debt for the next 30 years, Only way how my debt could be relieved is after 30 years of being on the income deferment, and then after 30 years, it's dismissed. Like all that, they say, how long that gonna last? I said, when does that end? Man, I got another 9 years. I gotta drag this on. They told me 2030. I'm like, 2030? Or was it 2040? I wrote it down. I want to say it was 2030 or 20 something. I was like, what? I was like, oh my God, everlasting. And even if I didn't have all these amount of student loans, and I didn't go to an HBCU, so I didn't do that. But I'm saying for kids now, if you coming out of these colleges and universities, particularly HBCU, either one, you come out there with a career where oops, the man. Anything liberal arts and all that stuff, even business for that matter, you really, it's not really necessary. Not anymore. Not in this age. Not in this age and period of time. Accumulating all that debt. All that damn debt. Every time I think about it, I went there with that degree or that MBA degree, all the things that I learned and stuff. No. So those Morehouse graduates from the last class of last year, that billionaire, he said all the student loans y'all have, he paid it off. They was shocked. I was like, what? Now, if whoever had student loans graduated out of Morehouse last year, they graduated, and that CEO he paid off those student loans for them. I hope they pay it forward, and I hope that they don't turn around and been foolish with it. Going to college is in certain professions. To be a lawyer, doctor, teacher, nurse. But anything else, even if you want to go into computers or programming, I was watching the YouTube channel of this black guy in Brooklyn. He went to college initially. Well, he only applied to one school that he was offered to get that he could afford to go to. His mother passed away. He went there. I think he said he went there for a semester or something like that, and he ended up um, dropping out. And he taught himself programming, and now he makes 500. He makes 500,000 a year living in Brooklyn, New York, and taught himself initially. And he said the only thing he regret or wish he did differently was, you hear that kitten? You better be going to sleep. I'm gonna go down there in a minute when I finish. I'm gonna finish with y'all in the next couple of minutes too. Be quiet. He's probably calling for the dang mama. I ain't seen those other cats since yesterday. Yep, he's right downstairs in the bathroom in the little cage, not cage. It's a big bag that you a carrying case. So I'm not letting him roam through this house, because if he roams through this house, he'll hide somewhere, and I wouldn't even be able to know where he at. So I said, I don't even know if it's a he or she, but I guess I could feed him some. I don't know, water, chicken. He a little old black cat, little old thing too. I don't know where those other ones at. So I think she or he gonna be the house kitten, but I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take that cat somewhere where I can't remember where I saw that signs where you could give them a shot. Yep, he gonna get their shots. There's other ones, they ain't got no shots. They could wander and bring. I ain't got time to be trying to catch y'all. Milk. I don't have any more milk. Oh, well, no, you can't feed them no evaporated milk. I didn't have any more milk, and I don't think I could feed them evaporated milk. I don't know. Can you feed a cat evaporated milk or not, Shelly Shell? If not, I'll get some. I'll give them. All right. Well, I'll give the cat the water again. When I gave some little water, he did go ahead and drink it. So. I'll give them some water. Nope, he stopped. Nope. So, anyways, I'm going to go to bed now. It's 2:54 and 22 seconds. I said I was not going to be here no 3 hours. Here it is, 3 hours. And there's six of y'all. All right, Shelly Show. Look up that program and tell me what you think. But tomorrow, let me make sure. Let me go on the website real quick. Hold on. USA.generation.org. Okay, it's USA.generation.org. Yeah, that's this thing. I just looked it up. USA.generation.org. And I know they do have a webinar. You choose, you go and look at it, then you choose the area. Now, if they're not in your particular city, you just simply put national, but you could live anywhere, and that's what you would do. Yep. So when I go in there, and then you go about, and then you go to prospective students, and from there you will. It says partnership with Verizon, so they're the major sponsors, and they have all these different programs. iCloud, developing technical um, technical support, and just look it out. Check it out. Check it out. It's all free, so and they even have different resources. They'll ask you, do you need help in any certain type of thing or whatever, and they'll go from there. So they do offer, like if I was needing help for something or whatever, they will help you, guide you towards that. So, all right, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I need to go downstairs, check on the kitten before I go to bed. All right, good night, everyone. Talk to you tomorrow. And thanks again. All right, bye, Sally. Bye, Vicky. Bye, Romeo, C. Henner, Shelly Shell, True Blue, Blue True, D's Nuts. Dorian's probably watching. Erica, maybe. Colis. All y'all. Okay, talk to you later. Have a good night.